going to take you through step by step how to set up the rapid infuser. The first thing that you want to do is to make sure that your rapid infuser is plugged in, because you will not have a heating capacity without it being plugged in. You need to turn on the rapid infuser by pressing and holding the power button at the bottom. You will see the screen light up and it will go through its own self-test. It will now begin to tell you on the screen what you need to do next. The first thing that you need to do is to be able to load the cassette, and you do that by first taking off the protective cover that is on the side of the infuser. You're going to do that by taking the latch on the top and moving it all the way to the left till it's in unlocked position, and the infuser cover will come off. You want to make sure that you put this to the side because this will go back onto the machine when you're done with it. All of the cassette and tubing that you need for the rapid infuser comes in this pre-packaged box. I'm going to open up the box, and you will see that your cassette is on the top, and underneath on the bottom, when you open the bottom of the box, is all the tubing that you're going to need to put on the rapid infuser. Take it out of its plastic packaging. And here's the actual cassette that you're going to be using. To load the cassette, you're going to take the latch and you're going to put it to the center so it's facing towards you. You're going to put the cartridge so that this portion of the cartridge is against the machine, and there's a little lip right here on the cartridge that you're putting on to this metal holder. You want to open the roller clamp on the left-hand side, and then you want to gently push the cartridge towards the rapid infuser. You want the second metal clip to be on this lip right here. Once you've done that, to lock it into the machine, you're going to move it all the way to the right. It's now locked into the machine. You need to put the tubing onto the roller clamp. It's very important that you push this tubing as far back in the machine as you can. If you do not press it all the way to the back of the machine, when you close this door, you will pinch this tubing and it will leak when you're operating the machine. When it's pushed back as far as you can, gently close the door and the machine will automatically center the tubing for you. We're now going to connect the tubing to the machine itself. We're now going to connect the tubing that's going to go to your fluids to the infuser. You can see that they're all color-coded for the bottom, just like the tubing that you have out of the package. Just going to gently pull off the two blue caps, and you're going to just gently push down and it will all click into place. You're then going to gently take off the yellow cap, unscrew the yellow cap on the tubing, and connect the two tubings. This will be going to your fluid bags, and you need to now connect your patient line. It comes in a separate package. You're going to pull off the red cap on both pieces, and these two pieces will connect together by just gently pushing them together. Now going to hang fluids. You have 3 spikes to do this. You need to make sure you first clamp off all 3 spikes. We're going to begin by spiking our fluids. You can do this one of 2 ways. You can spike all 3 bags with saline, or you can spike a single bag and leave your 2 secondary clamps clamped off if you're going to be hanging blood products. Spike your bag. And make sure that you're clamped off. You need to make sure that there isn't any space between that. You want this to be as straight as you can because you want to make sure all your tubing is straight. This is the part that you need to be very careful with. This is the priming of the line. So what you're going to do is you're going to open one of your clamps You need to locate your prime button before you begin, because it's very important that you're able to hit the prime button when the fluid becomes about 3/4 the way up. You want it over this filter that you see here in the bottom. I'm going to open one of our fluid clamps. So you're going to prime your line all the way through. You'll notice that almost all of this is going to go through. And then you'll get to this point where your line is primed, but you're going to see air bubbles in it. What you need to do next is push your finger back on the prime button. You're just going to hold the prime button and prime all of the bubbles, air bubbles that you see all the way through the line. You'll notice that it takes about 500 mLs to prime this. And you're just going to make sure that you prime the line very well. When you're done, you're going to take your finger off of the prime button and you're going to clamp your fluids. You're now all set to connect this to your patient and you can begin to infuse fluids. You do this by dialing up on your front of your infuser what you actually want the patient to receive for fluids. Slow is in milliliters an hour, rapid is in milliliters a minute. So right now I have it set for 500 milliliters a minute. All I simply need to do is press the start button, unclamp my fluids, and it will begin to flow at 500 liters a minute. This is being heated, and if you need to change or stop it for any reason, all you simply do is press the stop button. You can then make any adjustments that you need to make, and when you're ready to infuse again, you're simply going to press the start button.